The process of creating an iTunes U course raises questions about methodology, about the potential students, and the overall shape of a successful e-learning journey, referred to here as a pathway. The pathway is built around 3 case studies: volcanoes, environmental ethics, and ecosystems. These 3 pathways provide practical examples of the finished product. This video examines learning outcomes as a useful and necessary first step in planning a learning pathway.
When you're in those planning stages of writing a pathway and you're identifying anywhere between 3 and 5 learning outcomes, you're in a sense identifying the steps that you're going to be taking through. And by extension, you're then identifying the types of resources that you're going to need in each of those steps.
This video demonstrates how different pathway writers have tackled writing for an unknown audience.
If you're making something, say, about the natural world that you really want to get to everybody, then you must be careful not to make any assumptions about the background which they bring with them.
In this video, pathway writers consider the importance of the narrative arc.
What narrative is all about is about playing games with your audience, whether that's building tension or setting up a mystery, so that when you begin a pathway and you say, if I was to say, you won't believe how this film is going to end, already you're leaning forward and you're thinking about the way that the story is going to work out.
This video explores the importance of engagement activities and their role in both motivating the student and evaluating their progress.
We believe student engagement is really, really important. You don't just want them to be reading something, just like you don't really want them to just be watching something or just be listening to something. It's about having regular moments of getting in touch with them.
This video brings together a collection of ideas about pathway creation from people who have had first-hand experience.
This material is going out there and it might be accessed by someone who has never come across that subject before. You really need to know whether it works for someone who's in that position, and if it's difficult for you to judge that, find someone to try the pathway with and really listen to the feedback.
This case study explores how using a variety of resources can help to fill in gaps in the narrative.
The posts, or the ability to control and massage what you say in those posts, can help you tease the narrative and move in the direction that you need to move and support ideas, either bolster ideas or introduce ideas if you're short of material on particular topics.
This case study in particular explores employing cross-faculty materials in a single pathway.
Environmental ethics is a very eclectic pathway. It moves through a number of different faculties and it covers quite a lot of material in a very compact way. We're moving from religious studies through environmental studies through philosophy, and within that, to make it even harder, we have different levels.
This case study explores how the ecosystems pathway uses a core relationship with the author to carry the student through a 6-week study period.
Because it's effectively my authored piece, these sections of video where I am talking about ecosystems are, in my view, quite important in stitching the whole thing together.